It's your boy, it's only one Mike.
And it's Lanaya,
And,
DCC.NYC in the building.
okay, and we are What's Cooking NYC. And listen, y'all, I want y'all to take a look at the new setup, the logo in the back. Got the wine on, brought to yours by yours truly. And we are here to just talk about things that are on our mind. And I'm going to just take a stab at it with this. Lanaya. You see content all over social media, right? Do you feel that cringy content is a good thing or a bad thing, and why?
I feel like cringy content personally, it's like 50-50 for me. One thing about me, when I see somebody blowing up, if that's what's working for them, that's what's working for them. Even if it's cringe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's good. Even if it's cringe, if that's what's getting them engagement and content, cool. But when it comes to cringy content, it also becomes like, what kind of cringy content are you making? Because sometimes it's like the topics is just terrible. Like, so, sorry.
True.
For
It's true.
example, there's
It's
this
true.
guy, he interviews like guys with a ski mask on, hood guys, and he asks them like math questions or like to spell something or like, is this a word? And like they always get it wrong and like don't have an answer for him. And I'm like, that's kind of cringe, and it also makes
Stereo.
like people look
Yeah,
bad.
that's stereo.
And I know that all
Type.
these guys with a ski mask aren't just like, like it just feels very staged and like super cringe to me. And I don't like the stereotype that brings.
Yeah, damn. That I didn't even know that. What the?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Breeze? He always asks them.
Like a Keely and the Bee type of shit?
Yeah. Or he
Oh,
just is like,
my.
oh, what's this? What's at M equals this square? And they're like, oh, nah, bro, what are you talking about? Like, and it's just like, I know everybody with a ski mask on ain't stupid, bro.
Yeah, and yeah. Wait, what'd you say? No, well, okay. In a way, I feel like some of them are fried, but because I don't know all of them and I don't follow all their careers, I can't say all of them. But that's mad stereotype because I feel like stereotypical, excuse me. It's like I feel as though there has to be a certain limitation to what you put out because it becomes a reflection of you. And I feel like in this day and age, like back then, it wasn't harder for people to separate the art and the artist. Like, you know how people, like men could do shit to people and they could get away with it. For example, Vince McMahon. Sorry, Vince, but I have to just throw you the stray right there. And even in the industry, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Diddy, whatever you want to call him, and I feel as though now that it's crazy because I really have to think back and be like, damn, I can't listen to you no more. And when it comes to the cringy content, I just feel as though, like, damn, the fact you guys caught me off guard with that.
I'm saying,
What
it's
the-
something that you wouldn't think about.
Yeah, that's
But
not
it's
something
true.
I would even promote, you know what I'm saying? But cringy content, I
Or
have
like cringy couple content where
Yeah.
like they're
Oh,
always
yeah.
doing the same type of pranks
Oh,
or like,
yeah.
pretending I'm answering the phone around my babe and then
The
he
fake
does
YouTube
some like
couple,
crazy
yeah.
reaction. Like that is just so pumped out. It's like so
You know what it is?
oversaturated.
They always pick themes that guaranteed to sell, like the sex sells, the love sells, controversy sells. Like they was like, oh, I called, I screwed my baby mom in front of my wife whole time. Like that didn't even happen. I think and he hasn't even been hot. A lot of people say he hasn't even been hot lately too, and I don't know if I agree or disagree with it because I don't follow him that much or whatever. But another thing I wanted to ask you about, so on Raw Reviews, there was this food truck, right? Keith Lee gave them, I think, $4,000.
I know very well about
Oh
the
my,
situation.
bro! When I tell you, I was so disappointed. I want to know, what are your thoughts about that?
I just felt like she was being greedy straight up. And like from the jump, she knew, like when you watch the video and you watch him say like, I want to give $1,000 to the barber, you can literally look at her face and tell she was just like, oh, $1,000 to the barber.
Oh.
And like and then, she continued to go on to say those people weren't affiliated with her. But when you got the money, that was the perfect time to say, hey, these people aren't affiliated with me. If you want to give them the money, here you go. So it's kind of crazy. And then you have people that are giving people a half a story on the internet. So they're leaving with the discourse, oh, you can't tell somebody what to do with a tip. No, he didn't give her 4,000 straight up and say, yo, this is tip. You could do whatever you want. That was not the case. He said to here.
He made
Split
a
it
clear
up a certain way.
differentiation.
She made a video saying, Keith Lee, if you really want me to give it to these people, just let me know. Maybe I got it wrong. He literally told you the first time what to do. You did it. You got it wrong from the first time. So why should he have to tell you again, yes, please give it to the barber and the braider? Why? He already told you. So she was disingenuous from the jump. I think her page is like closed down. She changed her name. It's super crazy because he actually rated her food well.
Yeah.
So way to like shoot yourself in the foot because the business would have definitely been way more than the 4 bands. But, you know, it's typical greedy stuff that happens within...
I know you don't want to say it, but you
I don't.
call it a spade for a spade, and it's like, I when I saw that video, I was trying to. I've learned because one thing I picked up debating growing up is try to understand the other party as best as you can. But then I realized there was nothing to understand because, like you said, differentiation
Clear
was
as
made
day.
clear, and then I realized that I think I didn't really like is the fact that I understand that we as a family we defend each other in public and everything like that, but I learned that where does the line get crossed where I can't defend you that way because the son was defending her and the mother was defending the son or whatever. But it's like the differentiation was made clear to the fact that he made another video on top of that. And I didn't understand that. And
they tried to chop and screw Keith Lee's words.
Yeah.
Where he said like, oh, like give it as you want. He just meant whatever payment. Whether it's Cash App, whether it's Zelle, get it to them. He didn't mean divide it as you want. That's not what he meant. And then you didn't even divide it. You tried to just keep it.
And Lord knows they made a post saying they apologizing or whatever. But I noticed with PR that I realized a lot of people why PRs have a job is because they said funds are being released. It shouldn't even say are being released. It should say have been released. They're already released. If you want your apology to mean something, especially after you've done wrong, you look like an idiot, and Charlamagne will probably give you a donkey of the day or the week because of it, and you still saying are being released like it's an emotion thing, that's not a genuine, heartfelt, 100% apology. Like I wouldn't, for example, if I knew I did something wrong to you, I wouldn't say I'm gonna correct it. I will say it's been corrected so you can see that I took the time and effort to make that apology mean something. Because if I'm still doing the same thing or it's still not happening, what am I apologizing to you for?
Exactly.
I didn't understand that, and I felt like considering holding people accountable. Oh my God. I know because I seen your comments and you know how I feel about this situation.
Oh my Lord.
When is too far, too far?
Are we talking about
You know who I'm going to bring up.
Nicki Minaj?
The Barbs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's funny. Someone made an interesting analogy, right? Where Joe rappers talk about everybody's deads. And I'm not gonna sit there and lie. I can't say I agree with it.
When have women in rap ever started picking up those things? We see what happens to men in rap all the time. They talk about each other's deads. They end up dead. FBG duck. People are trying to like catch people lacking all the time. So like, yes, RP to the dead. Women have never really had that culture in their rap like that. We beef. We'll talk a little something, but we've never been like really coming at people, coming at their deads and stuff. So to see that happen now, it's just like, okay, well, where's it going from here? When are you gonna stop?
It was very interesting because it's like I like rap beef. Like I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. I like rap beef when it's compelling and it's about like the skill itself, like or who can outwit who. I like it when it's who can outwit who or out strategic a person. But when it comes to there's certain things I like leave off limits. So like I learned even when I was like jokingly dissing Drewski or whatever, when people said if it was contemplating if it was real or fake or whatever, there's a lot of information I left off the original diss, like when I was writing it, because I'm like in my head, I don't want to take this too far in a place of no return, especially if I'm probably going to see you again, if that makes sense. So it's like when Nicki did it, I was like, oh, this is really actually happening. She said conjure, not fuck you. She said conjure. That's a word. That's a vocab word. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and it was a very callous thing for her to do because I'm just in my head that I could turn off the Joe rap, and we don't associate Nicki for being a Joe rapper. And it's funny because Joe rap is the new age version of what we call gangster rap back in the day.
Even when she beefed with Remy Ma, those kind of things didn't come out her mouth.
Yeah, it didn't
Even
come out
when
her
she
mouth.
beefed
Oh
with
my
Cardi
God.
B, those kind of things
Didn't,
never come. You know, they talk about each other's man. They talk about not records not selling, but they never brought up that. And can I just say, like, off the record, like for somebody that grew up being a barb, I could not believe to see like how things have went and how Nicki has behaved about certain things over the years. She talks about like Latto and other people throwing rocks and hiding their hands, but like I've seen how she has been a villain in a lot of situations or even have caused her fans to, you know, incite drama and hell on people. And it's just like, I never expected to watch somebody who called themselves a queen to have such a big fan base, hit such numbers and accolades throughout their career, to be spiraling for 3 fucking days over a verse that never said her name. Like, I never expected to see that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know she's petty, I know she's childish, but like, I didn't expect to see her. I didn't expect to see her like stuttering on live, being crazy. Like, I really think there's something going on, and like. A lot of people aren't really in the loop, but there was a woman on TikTok. She releases blind items about celebrities, and it started from there before the Megan's Law even came out. She was just having a rough week. The woman said before Nicki Minaj go on tour, she needs to go to rehab. She's on coke. And then she's already admitted doing pills and potions. So I don't know why the Garbs are like having the Barbs are having such a hard time like grappling with the fact that she's having a problem. She is spiraling. We are watching like the downfall of Nicki Minaj in real time.
And
she's still gonna get sales, but you know, she's spiraling.
And Nicki's always been a touchy subject because you've seen how I've defended her and also criticized her on the internet. And I didn't. Statuses are still up, so I'm not really hiding what she say, throwing the rocks and hiding their hands. I've never been type of guy to do any of that. Like even with that controversy with the blind items, there was this video in response that I criticized her for about because I was like, a woman made a great point. Like, you're Nicki Minaj. Like, you're like, she had
and
to
you
say.
Came at her.
You
came at her with your boxing gloves on.
You're Nicki Minaj. You don't really have to reply to anything. And
she replied.
And she replied. And funny thing is, she was actually kind of complimenting her actually when she was saying that, because it's just like there's certain things where we're always gonna get tested with criticism and always gonna get tested with like moments where people are gonna bring us out of character. And another friend made a great point about maybe Nicki has been tired of, you know, constantly being ostracized, criticized, you know, what's that called, blackballed and whatever. And the Grammys did another thing. Grammys, you fucked up with that one. Gonna sit there and gotta keep it all the way real with you. But that's why Nicki says those things. But just because that's why she says those things doesn't mean it's okay.
My thing is, people do think pieces about Beyonce, Jay-Z. They said Jay-Z had the blood in his cup and the ring. So it's like you didn't see Jay-Z going crazy, spiraling. Like, why y'all saying I got blood in my cup? So like, you don't have
Beyonce
to reply
don't even
to
say
everything. There's right now she look pale as hell. Everybody talking about how light she is, and everybody arguing it's her winter color. No, she's too light.
Who, B?
So it's like, Beyonce, because she's extremely light right now. It's odd. I don't care. There was no winter where she was that light. But anyways, it's just crazy that y'all sitting out here just acting like it's so like far fetched. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of that meme where people was like, "What color is this dress?" And they was arguing, this is blue. I'm like, bro, this is blue and black. They said, this is yellow and gold. I said, no, this is blue and black.
I just want to see, I just want everybody to like collage Beyonce and all these other winters so I could see like that she was really this pale.
Yeah.
It's just a little odd to me. But hey, I'm just saying that to say all celebrities get spoken about.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, she did over 7 to 8 comments under that TikTok where the woman said she doing coke. Any like that's kind of crazy that you went crazy. She started just going crazy. She was like, allegedly, you need to stop. Allegedly, you on me. Allegedly, you lying on me and you fucking somebody else. I was like, yo.
Yeah, she's a touchy.
I never seen somebody get this crazy about a lie.
She's a touchy subject because it's just like, funny thing is, I don't want to say I could resonate fully with her, but I can slightly understand it because in high school growing up, there was always this person that people made up so much like propaganda with them that none of them were true, but because it was so much propaganda and it was beneath, the stuff they were saying, but it does become that like it's a mental strain where it's like, okay, I already admitted I don't do any of those things. It's proven I don't do it, but because it's the popular thing to run with, like when rappers say GDK just to say GDK, even though they're not actually GDK.
My thing is the difference between that is Nicki Minaj has came out and said pills and potions
Facts.
were overdose. You're consistent with certain things, and then
it's
the
weird,
way
though.
you've acted on live, even that one where she had the tights on and she was like gyrating. I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm not gonna lie. People say we don't bring up age for Beyonce, but it's because we don't see Beyonce. We don't see these people.
We don't see them doing it. Yeah,
this way. I would never see
Beyonce doing
these
that.
older women twerking on Kai Sinat's live. I wouldn't see that. So it's just like it's just different.
Yeah,
to see that
because you know what, she admitted in a space that she didn't do coke. So that if you want to believe that is entirely up to you.
It's something.
I take it with a grain of salt, but I don't think she does coke. But one of those things.
Something.
I just feel that there's something that shifted in her life that just, again, spiraled down. I don't know what happened.
The way she was acting on that live, the way she just acts, period, it's kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy. Like I said, I've never seen no other beef that has gotten her this out of character. And she took her time to finally come out with a song, and the song flopped. And now her whole fan base is saying... Her whole fan base is saying that it was just her trolling. Like, when has Nicki ever made a song?
I didn't like that
trolling?
excuse.
I hate that. Like, if this song would have ate, y'all would have never been saying.
Yeah, I would have never
trolling.
been saying that. And then,
so I just don't like that. Like, just admit when it's space a L.
I would say to say it publicly and on live and video footage, I thought the track had some like a line, especially with the party to pay line or whatever. But again, the delivery wasn't really it for me.
Even acapella.
It just wasn't it for me. And
the ranting for another extra minute.
It just wasn't. I literally compared it to "Wanna Know" by Meek Mill when he was going at Drake the first time. The reason why we don't even speak on "Wanna Know" a lot is because think about it, right? Nicki Minaj comes from an era where you had to prove yourself with skills to make it, right? Meek came from an era where he had to prove himself with skills and he was battle rapping. So when you're going at someone, like you're actually going at someone, cut the childish games out. You have to come at the head like you're trying to murder them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. So I just thought it was a letdown. That's why, and I sonically couldn't get with it. That's the final thing. Like, how many songs that they have no quality in them, but because it has a nice bop, the person's voice sounds right on the beat, you tolerate it. But like quality wise, it's like not really much you could take from this.
My thing, before I touch on a different topic, my thing about Nicki, I expect her to come so much harder with her diss track, because when she dissed, I think it was Remy Ma, No Frauds. That ate. We had a whole bunch of captions from that, bars from it, like I don't want no fraud. Like, we was really feeling that. So I thought she was gonna come crazy with. I thought she was gonna come
even
crazy
Roman's
with
Revenge,
it.
and that's not even.
And what is Latto and Ice Spice beefing about? Like that. This is like the weakest.
I would say
ever,
fans.
sure.
I'm gonna say the fans. I'm gonna say the fans. Apparently, from what Ice Spice said was that Latto was listening, or there was an Ice Spice clip playing in the background while Latto was previewing a song. But if you could tell, fans have always tried to put two artists together.
Yeah, I'm just kind of confused about Latto, like saying on her mother that she didn't know that Ice Spice video was playing in the back. My thing is, if you're going to come that hard and tell her get in the booth, stop playing, pull up to the Bronx, do a music video, just say I'm dissing you. You don't have to say you dissing everybody. I know she wasn't dissing everybody. She was just dissing Ice, and it's just like, how you saying you wasn't dissing Ice? You went to the Bronx. You did all of these things. You got her video playing.
That was intentional. That was intentional.
So, like, now I definitely can't respect it. I do want Latto to win. I don't care if Ice is from New York. I cannot. She's trash. But Latto, like, you have to please, like, say that you dissing this woman. Like, Ice already said You Not Even a Fart was about you. You already addressed You Not Even a Fart in Sunday service. Saying think I'm the shit, I am. So it's like, why can't y'all just be like Latto? Just say it. You being that Karen.
And I ain't gonna lie, Ice that said, like, the line was the get up on the tell her get up, like she's all on the floor, tell her get up. That was at Latto, whatever. And the Ice boiler bar was fire too. I did like that from Latto, but
Just be direct.
Just be direct. And
I feel like they inherited the beef, like her and Nicki, and like it's an inherited beef.
It's a possibility.
Because Ice Spice was saying that Latto was like, you know, jacking her emotes and stuff. So
yeah. So
right,
it's a that's it. Oh, it's a touchy subject or whatever. But it's I just looked at it as like fans just started it, and I just can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, from a again, I like rap beef, so I like.
I don't think Ice is gonna get in the booth and say nothing crazy. I think this beef is going just.
She
fizzle.
could shock all of us and drop a track because she does say she literally does
come
say
out with a hit better than her on the radar freestyle. So
that is a hot take. When you mean better, do you mean like lyrically better?
Lyrically better.
Okay,
because her on the radar freestyle.
I won't argue that. But
not even the fart just has a fire beat, which is why
I didn't really fart was okay. From 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it at least a 5, and that's because the beat and it's catchy. Intermood and Deli is more tolerable because not only is it catchy, but it actually has
more club.
Yeah, it has like a more of a replay value for it to me, so it's higher. But I never Ice art. I look at the Ice as once I know you're intending to not be lyrical, then I know what to expect from your music. So it's like I rate Ice a little bit differently, but it's like it's a possibility because rappers do this all the time. Rappers can dead ass surprise you with a lyrical track, but you only know them for being not lyrical. Like I remember I had to tell someone Kodak Black. I ended up discovering one of his old songs on YouTube, and I'm like, bro, you rap like that? And he said he can. He just doesn't want to. Uzi can actually rap, but he just chooses to do the party rock star gimmick that he wants to do, and I don't blame him. So
Uzi raps awesome,
and I think he can rap. I think he can rap great, but you know, people want that traditional hip hop, not, I can't call it nonsense because that's kind of crazy, but
thank y'all for tuning in.
But yeah, that's all we have, folks.
What's cooking?
What's cooking with
mind?
Us? And Michael,
Lanaya,
and we are